Hi everyone, this is Alpha Ali. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a new VOD review. This is actually for a Rue cookie and it is a win. They basically put, honestly, I'm not really sure about what to say here. I feel like my movement has gotten more fluid and based on the last VOD you gave me, peeking in from the stream from time to time, which is great. But any other tips would be great that you can give me basically. So you know, I'm really glad that obviously you feel like your movement's got a lot better, and obviously I love as well when Rue comes and hops in and out of the streams. So I guess we'll kind of like just look to see kind of generally what we can do to help kind of change our Mercy here. But just before we begin, if you guys want your own Mercy VOD review, would you like your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch on Sundays at 2 PM in the UK, but don't worry if you can't make that time, as I also do them offline and upload them straight to YouTube as well. They only cost 7,500 Koala Moolah, or channel points as they're probably better known, which you can get completely for free by watching like my streams basically. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays at around 5:30 PM UK, so be sure to hop on over there, get saving, and you can have your very own VOD either shown live on stream or be done offline and just be posted to YouTube afterwards. For more info, do not be afraid to hop into the stream or come and join the Koala Creek Discord and ask one of my lovely mods over there. The link for that will be in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yes, well, kind of like just get straight into it. Looking at the team comp we have ourselves a Wrecking Ball. Sorry. I'm gonna let you have your moment there, Ro. But yeah, so look at the team comp that we have just quickly before we begin. We have ourselves a ball. So basically don't go chase around after the ball. Like if the ball comes back to you or the ball's rolling past, stick your beam on him. It's very, you know, you kind of like desperately need to do that, especially because you're running this Moira. If you had someone like Arna, then obviously I wouldn't be too fussed because, you know, the Arna can heal from long distances if the ball's like kind of in, especially on these maps that have like quite long sight lines, especially on this like first section and everything. So it might be that we just need to kind of make sure that we're hopping in and out for the ball. Sojourn main blue beam target. Sojourn's absolutely amazing to blue beam. And obviously Tracer, we can kind of like just help here and there if we need to. But yeah, so talk about that, we'll get into it. We're using the Mythic as well, and I feel like I never ever get to see the Mythic nowadays. So it's really nice to see it. But nice rotation. Love how you don't do like a sling or anything. Nice. Try if you can, because I've seen this already a tiny bit, make sure that we're playing a little bit more strict with our cover, because I love that you want to use your cover, okay? I can already see it by you doing this like kind of G over to here and then you kind of coming over to here, but make these peaks like literally just keep your beam on your Sojourn and then come back here. So like just get LS back, okay? So you're not kind of vibing so you can see these guys. The reason is because we don't know what they have yet. I mean, sure, we can see a little bit, but we're not certain if they have like an Ashe or a Widow. They do have a Hanzo though, okay? So our head, obviously, can't one-shot anymore, but you can still kind of take our head off ever so slightly. So, if you can, try just to make sure that we're kind of playing a little bit close to this cover, but I love how you're already trying to use that cover. Very, very nice. Let's keep going. So, nice sling, obviously, off to the side. Very, very nice. Nice help with the Sojourn here. Fine. Can't do it for your ball because he didn't come back to you, so that's fine. We just have to start backing off here. Nice help with Sojourn. Nice escape as well there. Oh, that's so unfortunate, man. That was a really good escape though. I love what you did. Obviously, wanted to go to the Moira but then change your direction to come back into spawn. It's just really unfortunate this Arna gets like the last shot onto you basically. But it's so good. Can't do anything there, you just have to reset because the ball fell. You have lost Genji already, which is very, very nice. Keep it moving. Very, very good. Just keep an eye out for your ball here. What I would be doing here is I love your push on the damage with your Sojourn here, really, really great. But as you're doing so, just keep an eye on your ball and then definitely going for the ball a little bit sooner than what you are doing. Just to kind of make sure that he stays up, because if we lose our ball here, this kind of ruins our push very much. So if we can, try just kind of make sure that we're peeling back for him a little bit sooner. It's because the reason why I'm saying this is because you're kind of the main person that has to heal the ball, because for the Moira to heal the ball, right, she either has to use her movement ability to fade in, which she doesn't want to do because obviously then it leaves her stranded, especially if the ball decides to roll away. Whereas you have the opportunity to be able to sling yourself in and out back to where you were and be able to just top him up that ever so like little bit basically. So that's why in this kind of scenario that you're in, your job is to heal the ball basically. All right, but keep on going though. Nice. So once again, play your cover a little bit more here. If you want to sling forward, you either have to sling to this pillar and play very close to it, or we have to sling forward and play this bit. We don't want to kind of just hang it about here like we did, because this opens up this whole angle as we are doing. We're gonna help our ball now, which honestly I like this aggression. I love that you're pushing up with your ball here. I'm hoping you get a damage boost to slam down, but don't worry if not, because you know we are a little bit far away from him. However, just be really, really mindful of your positioning when you do this, okay? But I love that you're going in to go and engage with him, especially because your Sojourn is, you know, your Sojourn's on point with the Moira, so has the Moira to help, and, you know, the Sigma's, like, just kind of distracting them, doing whatever. Your ball's actually the one that's going to go get the kills, so I love that you're going forward with your ball here. Because keep on seeing what's up happening now, though. Nice. Just make sure we're flicking on that damage boost there, because the ball is like quite high HP and everything. So you could just push the damage boost onto the Hanzo there just to kind of finish him off a little bit more than what you did. But with that, really great. Same thing as well, when the ball's like nearly full HP like this, don't be afraid just to damage boost him as he rolls through, because obviously that's going to do damage as well. Don't be afraid just to damage boost that. But that'd be really great. Very nice. Very nice. Well played. Awesome. So really good first team fight.
Don't give me that decaf.
Very good. Awesome. Once again, don't be too worried about the ball here, because the ball will roll back to you guys on point if he's desperately needed to it. Also, your Moira has pushed up to help with the ball because she can now use her fade to get out, basically. So don't be afraid too much. All you have to do basically here is just vibe on point with your Sojourn. I'm gonna say this: don't put your beam onto your Tracer, because your Tracer's even wanted to go on the flank to go up to the high ground here, and you don't want to give her away in case someone's peeking this angle. But also she might just want to sit here and hide here for a sec, do like a clip on someone, pulse bomb, bam, they're gone. Okay, we don't really want to kind of like bait her out here if we can. So just vibe on payload here. Get 2 on, try to push it in as far as you can, because the closer this point gets to like being in here, the harder it is for this team to recontest it. So just kind of get 2 of you on here, vibe with your Sojourn, maybe damage boost out a Moira orb if she goes to damage, you know, gets a damage orb out. And just be really prepared for the ults coming up. We know that Sigma did a lot last team fight, so be expecting his flux. Also good. Very nice. Nice. Love how you put that beam onto him, but a little bit of an extra tip there, because I love that beam management. And that would be fine if the ball was doing damage, okay? If the ball was you know, going up here and like doing his damage and everything, and you know, he was like shooting at people and he was antied, fine, damage boost him. However, because he's rolling away back, you know, in order to get his health back, basically, sorry, to roll back, basically, don't be afraid to damage boost your Sojourn for a second and then go and heal your ball. But other than that, like, perfect beam management there. All good. Nice damage boost with the slam. I will say be a little bit more strict to your positioning here, a tiny bit more, because I love this. Obviously, you going in to go and help with the slam and then you diving away. My only thing is when you dive away, try to dive away more this kind of angle over here, because you going over here, can you see how like you've opened your angle up to the Ana? That's like sat over here basically. You're quite lucky now, they don't really have like any kind of hit scans or anything, so the only real thing that can get you is obviously the Mei, if she has like absolutely insane aim with the icicles, or the Ana that stood over here. Basically you want to try and cut off that angle. So the best way you can do that is, if you're doing that sling with the ball, sling yourself back over to here like this and kind of like just play over here for a second. You can also damage boost your Sojourn and play here, but with that, really great, because then it means you don't have to do the second GA in a second to get yourself back. Nice though, very nice. Very nice. I love how much you push up with your team and damage boost them in order to get the team fight over and done with like really quickly. Absolutely love that for you. Very nice. So heal it up ball, that's fine, because we can get our back. And our what's it called? Our Moira's not up with us. Very nice.
Don't underperform now.
Nice base management there. Just my only thing is, where are we positioned? Yes, it's all good because obviously, you know, they're not pushing in yet, but they've not had chance. It's that the Winston's switched as well without using Flux, which is interesting. But yeah, so we just don't want to be, once again, kind of stood out in this open bit here. If we want to play with the Sojourn here, play off to the side. Play here, right? Because then it still means that you can quickly hop in like this to help people get out. But also, we're not just stood out in the open. Because what's going to happen is we're stood out in the open right now like, ball, come back, right? And we're not paying attention to the Mei that's main, okay? So just with your positioning here, ever so slightly, just correct it just to play over here. Because then we can still be as effective as we have been, yet playing over here. My next thing as well is, don't worry too much about like these guys going in. Remember, Tracer has recall. small ball, has a lot of health, and can easily roll away back to you. It's mainly you have to be careful of, like, say, the Reaper TPing onto you and stuff like that. But just play kind of over to the side here-ish if you can. But it's good, keep going. Nice. Obviously we backed up a little bit now, but he's fine. Keep damaging his social here.
I'll make it worth your while.
Nice kill for Tracer. Throughout this entire scenario, don't be afraid to push damage boost a little bit more, especially when Tracer's doing like a clip and stuff like that. The reason is because Winston, like, it used to be that Winston's damage used to kind of be the same as Mercy's healing per 10. So sorry, not per 10, but like the amount of damage that Winston does basically in a certain second is the exact same as the Mercy's healing per second. So it used to kind of balance itself. Obviously now with the DPS passive, it doesn't really happen anymore, but it still, you know, can keep people up really, really well. But at the same time as well, because it does so little like damage, don't be afraid just to push the damage boost a little bit onto these guys if you need to, as you're kind of backing out here. Don't just be thinking, oh, they're like, they lost a little bit of HP, we need to heal them up, okay? Because it's not like they have anything as well to one-shot them or clear them up if they've lost a tiny bit of HP. It's not like they have like a damage boosted Ashe. It's not like they have a Tracer that can easily come in for like a one clip. A lot of these guys have to do multiple hits of damage to be able to clear someone, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid to kind of push the damage boost a little bit more. You'll see whenever I play, if they have like an Ashe or something, like a pocketed Ashe, for example, I'm always topping people up to like full HP. Or if they have like stuff that has like really good like one-shot combos, like Hulk Hook, for example, you'll see that you kind of like place ever so differently because you want to make sure that everyone's staying up and everyone's like staying healthy, basically. So that's what I kind of like want you to think about now is look at the enemy team comp. Think to yourself, is there anybody that's going to be able to kind of, you know, one shot or like do a one-shot combo? And if they don't, then don't be afraid just to, you know, don't. I'm not saying like do this to people that are like below half HP, but like let's say your Sojourn's missing like this amount of health, like this section. Don't be afraid to damage booster. All right, but keep it going though. Nice. Okay, I don't mind the Valk here. The reason is because obviously they're trying to engage at this point, but it's your positioning with it, okay? We should know at this point that they're going to start to want to come in, so make sure that we're backing off early, okay? I'm going to be you. So, do you see how we spend all of this time backing off like this, and instead we're not actually making any effort to do a sling out to be proactive and be prepared for this engage? Look at the team comp that they have, okay? We have ourselves Reaper, May, and Winston, okay? All these three require you to be close range in order to do anything. Obviously, Ana, she just has to be an LOS, and the Kiriko can kind of work from any kind of range, but she works obviously a lot better closer range. So, if we have three, technically 4 really good close range targets, how are we going to play? We need to make sure that we are preparing for their engages, especially when the Reaper can, you know, just kind of TP in and get us, or the Winston could come in and dive us. We need to make sure that we're playing away from our team. We want to play away from our team, so it means that these guys that can come into us are not focusing us, but instead of focusing on our team, in which case we can go and help them, okay? So instead of you just walking back like back like this, okay, if you can, try to use your Moira early on and back off early on. The reason also why I'm saying this is because I expect Reaper to be like near his Blossom at this point, and also I know they've got Kitsune and Nano 100%, because obviously these guys have switched characters. And your Kiriko and Ana have, the Kiriko and Ana have stayed alive quite long, and obviously they haven't used any of their support ultimates yet. So, be looking to back off early, either like to this pillar over here, or just backing off up into this high ground bit as well if you desperately need to. This section of the map is so awkward, I think, as Mercy, personally. Like, I always struggle on this section of the map to position myself well, but you just, with the team comp that they have, you just want to make sure that you're positioning yourself back early on. Now, I don't mind your Valk. I'm not saying this is, you know, you've ended up panic Valking, because I feel like it's a good Valk, but I feel like you do sort of panic Valk, and that's purely because, you know, you end up kind of getting a little bit scared, I think. So the Valk's fine. I like the Valk. Nice help, obviously, for everyone else.
It's go time.
Nice. Beautiful. I loved everything you did with that ult. I have no issues with that ult whatsoever. Love the peel for the Moira. Love how you tried to damage boost as much of the Sojourn ult as you can, then realized that she's really, really weak, so we had to, you know, help heal her a little bit more. Loved all of that. Very well played. Playing off to the side in your cover. No issues with that Valk. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh, my only thing is, don't try to sling yourself in front of the Reaper, okay? Remember to play our own live, because what can happen is if we just sling ourselves in and he's nanoed, pew pew, we're gone, okay? So don't worry too much about kind of damage boosting whoever's doing the damage all the time, because remember as well, we do have to kind of keep ourselves alive. So I love how much you're doing it, but at the same time, make sure that we're doing it that from a safe distance. We can still damage boost from over here. Okay, so just kind of play safe and play over here. But other than that, beautiful Valk. Love that entire team fight. You played that really, really well. Nice damage boost again. Lovely res. Just make sure we're communicating that with people on the just in case, you know, people, like your Sojourn decides to go in very, very aggressively. Very, very nice. I'm going to say the exact same thing to you as I did earlier. Don't be standing out in this doorway bit. Yes, I know you're desperate to get your ball back because you want to keep him alive. But same thing again, we could do the exact same thing by standing off to one of these sides. Either this one or this one over here, okay? We have to wait for our ball to get back. And we could do that within a safe distance by playing over here, basically. Or like on one of these sides. So same thing again, just don't play out in this open bit waiting for your ball to get back. Play in your own safety and wait for the ball to get back.
Engaging enemy forces.
Nice. Leave your, as soon as he kind of goes to point obviously heals ball up because the point gives payload health. And also you know, our Moira can heal up really, really nicely. Plus, as well, Moira used Coalescence last team fight, right? So we want to try and make sure that she gets her ultimate back up. I will say, kind of Coalescence and Valk kind of like on the kind of the same range of support ultimates where they're not as good as things like Nano and Kitsune and Window and Transcendence. Like, all of them are like really, really good. But at the same time, support ultimates are just broken. I would say Coalescence is better than Mercy's Valk, in my opinion. So just make sure that we're going back to go and help our Moira heal for that. And don't be afraid to push up with the damage boost on your Sojourn here. Try and get an early pick off, because if we get an early pick off, it's going to really like struggle for them to get a recontest on here. All right, nice. Same thing again, watch our positioning here, because we're not ready, we're not being prepared and being proactive for people coming in here. Okay, as soon as we think that people are going to start coming in, play off to the side again. Okay, because if this Winston dives in on us, it's going to make it very, very difficult for us to get away from him, like, well, and obviously, you know, people could just chase after us after we've done that, okay? We want to try and make the Winston come for us. We don't want to provide the Winston with a free kill, be like, hey, Winston, come here and dive me, I'm on the point. You know, we want to make it hard for the Winston. We want to kind of be over here and make the Winston use his full max range jump, in which case, oh, I'm just going to do a max range sling and come all the way over here or something, right? We just want to make this Winston's life as hard as possible if we can. So don't be kind of like playing on the point of being like, hey, you know, make sure that we're playing away. Keep it going though, very, very nice.
Begging for attention. Someone needs a savior.
Nice.
I
can't do anything more than what you did there, man. You did really, really well to try and keep that Sojourn up. Nice. That's fine. They're just chasing you like mad right now. Nice. Oh, that's so unfortunate, man. You did the absolute best here though, to try and like keep everyone up, try and keep everyone against the dive. It's just unfortunate with the tank that you've got. It doesn't really help when you guys get dove, basically, because you know they can't really do anything to I guess kind of help with that. So I love obviously how much you tried to sling yourself away, try to do these max range slings. Love how you sling yourself over here, and then I would have waited for the Sojourn to peak instead of obviously, you know, waiting for the ball, because ball's going to be really, really unpredictable, whereas the Sojourn's going to come out of spawn just in a straight line like this, okay? So we know that the Sojourn's going to come out to come and like, you know, go over here. Ball players, I have no clue what on earth they're going to do or where they're going to go, okay? So do not worry too much about this ball. I will say you would have probably died anyways trying to get out, so it doesn't really matter too much. So we just have to reset and go again. But if you are in a scenario like this again, don't trust your ball. Ball has weird movement. He'll do whatever he's doing, basically. We should go back for our Sojourn. Alright, keep it going, Lou.
Hey, it's Kiko.
Nice, because we have a Kiri now ourselves, which kind of helps a little bit more. Because obviously the ball doesn't have to kind of come back as much, because the Kiri can heal at a slightly longer range. But so good. Nice damage for the Kiri. Nice. Make sure, once again, make sure we're not J'ing into the Winston so we end up taking unnecessary damage. You know, we can still stay in beam range when playing back from where we were. We don't need to be kind of going in at the same time. So once again, play your distance. Make sure we're playing safe from that Winston. We'll keep on going though. Don't be fade out, let's go back into spawn here. Remember, the Winston can't get you if you're in spawn. So you can survive in spawn if you need. But nice.
We're on our way.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say this to you because I love your Mercy Rune and I feel like you're 10 times better than what you should be. Like rank wise. So I'm gonna tell you this now as I guess another way that you can get in and be aggressive. GA, because your beam was on the Sojourn here, use your Sojourn or the like this little gap here to GA in and go and like start helping your ball out and be aggressive again. That's my only like little thing. Because I love how aggressive you're being and I love your Mercy because it's absolutely amazing what you can do. Oh, unfortunately your ball.
I need you at
Bump. Nice. Good pick on the Reaper as well.
nice.
Awesome. Teabagging. Teabagging. No! Sorry, I have a really bad habit of like when anyone's sleeping and the, you know, they're in like an okay spot, I'll just sit here and just teabag them. I was expecting a teabag onto them for some reason, but it's fine. We keep on going. Save again. I love the pushing up. I don't like this Valk, and I think it's slightly too early. I would have liked you to Valk, you know, like when the Winston gets nanoed, I would have possibly popped my Valk then. I do like it though, I just think it's a tad bit too early. I feel like you're being very reactive and you see them using ult, so it's like, oh, I have to use mine, okay? Let's have a quick look. So we push it forward. We push it forward, which is fine because we want to try and help all these guys, right? Nobody is being attacked at this very moment in time, okay? So we try to peel off to the side here. We're absolutely fine because everyone's healthy. Nobody's really engaging too much right now. So it's fine if you just kind of vibe here for a second. Sure, when the Winston gets nanoed, you know, definitely maybe go for your Valk then. But I feel like it's a little bit too early in my opinion to Valk. Okay, we should have, you know, let this GA kind of play out to here. Then probably saw what's going on and think, okay, like we need to Valk this now. I feel like this one's a tiny bit too early. But I respect it. I respect it. I love as well that you're trying to enable those as well in the team fight, because I see so many Mercies that will just kind of beam people here on the point, because obviously this is where like the most people are, which the majority of the time, yes, you want to do, but you do want to be trying to go for the people that are doing the damage, like your ball. Beautiful beam management there. Very, very nice. Obviously now we've got to go and help with the nanoed Winston. Let's see what you guys end up doing now. Nice heal. Yeah, that's right, Winston. Very nice. I respect all that. Because obviously you're trying to like play your life out the entire thing. Loved all that. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I'm gonna say something to you here. Don't go fully back here, like don't sling yourself back here to be able to heal your Kiriko, because your Kiriko will obviously self-regen as she's coming in, but also we're not desperate to heal up this Kiriko. It's not like she's being dove by anyone, you know, everyone's already like kind of back off at the point because we, you know, we've just got rid of the Mei, so everyone's gonna be back off at the point basically, okay? So don't be peeling back here to help the Kiriko. I'm gonna show you what you should do instead. So this is all fine, because obviously, you know, we're trying to help the ball for a second, we're going to help the Sojourn, which is fine. Nice. I would have maybe put my beam on the ball a little bit sooner. There is this bit, right? As soon as we get a really good pick like this, we want to go in and go quickly, okay? Because that will catch them off guard. And also, they're probably not going to be ready because they're probably going to be pushed up because their Mei's been overextending, right? So push in with your team here, okay? I'm going to be you. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I see my Kiriko's weak. But that's fine, because she's only about half HP. She's fine. She's obviously going to have time just to kind of walk back, TP in, and get herself, like, back up to a healthy, you know, health, basically. But our Soldier's going to slide in a second, and our Cass is going to walk forward, and our Ball's going to go in and go and commit. I want you in this scenario to commit with them as well, okay? Leave the Kiriko, because it's, you know, we don't need the extra ult charge for a Valk next team fight because we used it, okay? And it's not like we're trying to, like, you know, protect the Kiriko from another flanker or anything, because we kind of know in our head that Reaper's going to be near another Blossom, so because obviously he's not used it since like second point, like all the way over here, so we can expect another Blossom. So don't be afraid to just push in here and push up and be aggressive with these guys, because if the Sojourn gets a really good charged railgun shot off, bam, that could be the Kiriko gone, and that's completely ruined their push. So it means that, you know, we can push up for the next team fight. You know, we have Kitsune, bada bing bada boom, game gone, okay? So don't be kind of hanging about in the back here trying to heal your Kiriko when she's, you know, just walking back, basically. Allow yourself to push up with these guys for an early, like, pick off. But keep it going.
It's go time.
Nice. I don't mind you damage into your passive, so obviously you can't get LS in your Sojourn. Yeah.
Let me fix you up. That's just what I was
Nice. Once again, try if you can not to sling yourself towards the Reaper again. You have this kind of like bad habit where you feel like that someone's weak and then you kind of like just walk into them, which is okay, but then you remember we can't really see their health bars unless we do damage to them or we're in Valk. We can't actually see how healthy this guy is, okay? And he might be full HP for all you know. So what could happen is this Reaper's going to be doom de doom de doom. Obviously you thinking he's weak. Oh look, Mercy, boom boom boom, because you've used your Jade to get in, okay? Still play that safe distance, because you could still help your ball with this kill by simply rotate, because you were kind of like here and you're like, oh, I'm struggling to get hold of the ball. Rotate this way instead, because then you can still keep in distance of the ball and you can also help out these guys, but also we're keeping that distance from the Reaper. So it means if he does decide to randomly solo ult, because Reapers also do that, or if he's full HP and he's, you know, he focuses onto us, we don't end up getting picked off there. Instead someone else will. We can then finish him off because he's been stupid and used his ult, and then we can go and res someone, okay? So just make sure that once again we're not slinging ourselves into the enemy, because we've done that a few times now. But keep on going though, very, very nice. Nice. Nice, once again pushing up. Ooh, okay. I can sense exactly what you did here, and this is I need to GA to go and help my Sojourn, but then I don't know how to position myself afterwards, which is completely fine because I also have them moments, okay? You can sling yourself over to here because there's this little like staircase here, or do a direct sling to go, or like just cancel your GA and come underneath like this basically. The reason why I want to cancel GA here as well is because let's say they just decide just to kind of, oh look, Mercy, and then dive onto you. If we use a sling, we're stuck there for a second before we can rotate ourselves back. If we do a cancel GA, then we can just very easily just GA ourselves away, okay? So either GA cancel to be underneath them like this to give us options, or if we need to sling ourselves all the way over to this kind of hallway here, and then we can play over here very safely if we need to. All right, so it felt like you were a little bit confused of where you could position there, but it's all good.
Let the Kitsune
Nice heal. Good period. Okay, this is the worst team fight by you so far. And I'm not saying that in a mean way, I'm just saying that because all the rest of your team fight's been absolutely beautiful so far. This one's quite messy though. Let's talk about it. So, who is our main believing targets in this team comp? It's either going to be our Sojourn or our Cass, okay? Whichever has just got the better angle. Don't worry too much about your ball here. Don't worry too much about your ball. Allow your Kiriko to kind of play with the ball. I'm going to peel it back a little bit more, because I liked your first bit. So this is what dodges GA, because we didn't know what I wanted to do with it, which is fine. Okay, ball gets antied. I love how you put the damage boost on him straight away. Very, very nice. Very good beam management. Love how you go to go peel for your Kiriko as well. Really, really nice, okay? My next thing, though, is how do I keep myself alive? Because, obviously, if the Kiriko TP's out, which she does in a second, yeah, she's going to TP forward to kind of like one of these guys, basically, and we want to try and keep ourselves alive so the Winston doesn't want to go and dive onto, or like wants to kind of like tickle us, which we end up doing like this weird GA into the team like this, okay? Our two options here are to either do what you did, which is TP in, but then obviously try to kind of go off to the side ever so slightly, like don't be kind of doing the GA that you did, or we GA ourselves to our Cass, and we play with our cast for a second, see how our team's doing, and then we can kind of like do these like GAs in and out to try and help people. Okay? Just, they're kind of like your two options, because what you end up doing is you end up kind of helping your Kiriko, and then you're like, I don't know what to do, and you just kind of like straight to like GA over to your Kiriko basically, which is fine, okay? But if you want to go play your cast, just GA to your cast, okay? Don't try and panic and think, oh my gosh, Kiriko, and then go, obviously, you know, over to go and help your cast basically, okay? Now it's this bit in a second, okay? Why are we slinging ourselves a point? Do we need to be on the payload right now? What's happened here? do we need to be on the payload right now? No. No, we don't. Because, you know, we can't push it anywhere because the Torb's here. You know, we can't really do anything being on point right now. And also, as Mercy, we should very rarely be on the point, okay? So, instead of you GAing in like this, play over to the side. Use your GA to play off to the side like this. Help your cast out. But also it means that you know, the Torb won't focus you now. Because you've kind of GA'd in and the Torb's like, haha, Mercy! And, you know, he'll go in like to go and get to you. Okay? Instead, if we GA ourselves off to the side like this, then the Torb is like, oh, I must shoot the cast. In which case, oh look, I can stay alive very, very nicely and heal my cast like this with the Kitsune Rush, okay? We just don't need to be in here like we are, alright? So you're going to go and help the ball, which is fine. Nice sling, but commit to the sling here, okay? Because this is fine, because you want to keep your ball up because he has mines, which is fair enough. And obviously we know we want to just try and keep our tank alive as much as possible. So I love this. Just commit to the sling more and make sure that we're slinging ourselves off to this side more. Because once again, we don't want to be on the payload, we want to be by the side of the payload so we can play off to the side. Now, I don't like this res that you do. And there's two reasons for it. Yes, I know that they're not looking at you, which is fine. But we want to try to keep our cast up, okay? Look at ults, okay? Our Sojourn doesn't have her ults. If our Sojourn had her ults and our cast didn't, I'd be like, oh, okay, fair enough. All right, Res, okay? But also, we run the risk of being blossomed here because we know in our head that Reaper hasn't used Blossom yet, okay? So we don't want to be going for anything too risky so far. Also, our cast nearly has ults and Sojourn's nowhere near it, okay? We want to try and keep him up if we can, okay? And then go for a res afterwards, okay? Because what we can do is we can focus these guys down, either, you know, get rid of them or they back off. Then we can go for that res because the payload will move forward ever so slightly. We can use the back of the payload to res here, basically. I just don't like this res from you because I don't feel like you weighed out your options before this, basically. Oh, because what happened to my voice there? I don't feel like you weighed out your options here. Alright, we keep it going though. So our cast ends up falling.
I'll return the favor. Healing stream connected.
Nicely. Fine. Yeah. Nice, obviously using your ball to get out, and yeah, we just need to reset here. Very, very nice. Oh, good, just reset, go again. Also, we have put in is obviously yours under the cast Tydoon, so I've been looking to try damage boost that. All good.
Get that thing moving.
Just in one of them kind of scenarios where everyone's just taking damage, but that's fine.
Heroes never die. I need help.
Nice. I will say, I don't like your Valk here. I feel like we could have just helped the Bastion here by just GAing to him. Okay, don't be afraid just to GA and like buddy hop to him. Because what I would do here is I would do my GA buddy hop into like this room basically to try and help him. So then we don't need to kind of use our Valk with those max beams in order to help him survive basically, alright?
Heroes never die. I need help.
But I like your res though. Your res is fine. I like the cooking usage of this. Can't do it with your caster, unfortunately. They're all just doing like a really good dive on me now, basically.
Begging for attention.
Nice. Just again, make sure that you're staying alive whilst trying to help the ball. Very, very nice. So you guys just want to try and move the ball. Nice. Go with your pass here. Go with your cast, okay? Kiriko is here main with your Bastion to try and help him, and your cast wants to go for this kind of flank angle to be able to kind of do a lot of damage to these guys, but also maybe want to pop a high noon, especially if these guys are out of position for when the team fight starts, okay? Go with your cast here rather than helping your Bastion, because your Kiri's there to help the Bastion, alright? Nice damage here. That's all. He's trying to heal. That's me trying to get yourself back into the team fight as quick as you can. Where would you get into? Where would you get into? Because this is all quite fine, to be honest. I like what you've done. Obviously, you know, you want to try and help go in with your ball, try and keep him healthy. But then you end up kind of doing a sling over to here, and then like, oh, no, actually, I want to go over here, okay? Make it more direct. Instead, think to yourself, where do I want to GA to? I would have personally actually just GA myself back to over to here. The reasoning is because this is safer, right? We don't know who's around here. We don't know whether the Torb is still alive and around here. We don't know whether the Kiriko's here and could very easily just shoot us in the back, right? We just want to make sure that we're playing as safe as we can where we know is safe. So just kind of play off to the side here. Play off to the side here. It's unfortunate your Kiriko ends up getting taken out by the turret. That's kind of her fault by walking into LOS of it, basically. You know, that's what can we do there. So just make sure that we're kind of G'ing ourselves over to here to try and help with the ball. So yeah, you end up using a second G in order to get there. Nice to get the Valk online. Okay. I'm gonna say something to you, which I don't think you're gonna like, but I'm gonna say it anyways, okay? You flicking your camera like this does nothing, because you're not actively moving. Instead, you're literally just tilting your kind of your like your Mercy like kind of box here. All you're doing is you're tilting it like this. You're not actually physically moving. You're just okay, which is fine to be able like to, you know, get your beams and cycle for people, like see how the team fight's doing. But this is not improving your positioning, nor helping your, you know, your cause to stay alive, okay? Because doing this is doing nothing. And I see it, I'm gonna bring this up actually now because I see it on so many people's TikToks, of like Mercy TikToks, and people think it's like the most insane movement, and in reality it's just them doing a sling like this. But as they're doing the sling, they're like whipping the camera about like this, right? So it looks like it's more crazy when in reality it's like so just like a GA like this, okay? Don't kind of fall into the trap of you thinking that this is going to do stuff. Now, I feel like this is a panic kind of moment because you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, okay? You don't need to contest this team fight. You don't need to contest this point. Or if you do, make it a sling on and off, okay? Let me quickly skip forward when you Valk. So, you get your Valk, which is fine. Because obviously, you want to try and save the range of your ball. Throughout this entire time, our ball has been on the point, okay? If the ball decides to roll in and want to contest people in the backline, by all means, use your Valk to contest the point. But if your ball is contesting the point, don't be on it. If the, you know, especially because you have all these close-ranged heroes, okay? If a ball's on the point, I'm just gonna vibe over here. Oh no, okay, our ball's rolling enough to go and do a slam in the backline. We can then J in, maybe get a res onto the Kiriko or something because she's nearly got her ult or something. But we just don't need to be on the payload taking so much damage. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because we take so much damage here that we fall to the Reaper ult. And we just want to make sure that we're keeping ourselves alive throughout this entire thing, okay? Mercy's Valk is great for stalling points, but we want to make sure that we're, instead of you kind of like just vibing above like dum-de-dum-de-dum, okay, we want to make sure that we're using our GAs to go in and out like this, instead of us just, what's it called, just kind of vibing above here, like this, okay, because it's doing nothing for us. We're just going to take damage off the Winston, because remember, Winston doesn't need any aim to kind of hit us, and Reaper's just going to hit body shots onto us, okay? It's not like we're trying to avoid an Ashe, like, headshot damage or anything, alright? So, use your Valk to play off to the side over here. Because I'm going to be you, right? Let me quickly carry on playing. So, I'm just going to be here. I'm just going to be here. I'm just going to be here. Do you see how, like, being over here, you take no damage whatsoever? And all we have to do is just wait for the ball to get full health. And he could go and dive into the back line. In which case, we can go then and go and contest point. We just don't need to be near this point at all throughout this entire thing, alright? Just make sure we're kind of like being aware of that, basically. Because there's been a few times now where like we're kind of G'ing ourselves into the enemy when we don't, excuse me, when we don't need to. If we, I'm gonna say this to you and you're gonna, I do feel harsh saying this, right? But if we stayed off the payload and we kept ourselves alive there, we would be able to get cast back for the respawn. We would be able to have Kiri back for the respawn. We can go in and kit soon, especially because they've used their blossom and everything. We could go in and go and kit soon this and go back in to go and contest this. Okay? That's the impact that you can have as Mercy. You just want to try and make sure that we're keeping ourselves alive. And I feel like that's like what, like your second death as well. So, you know, it is what it is, but just make sure that we are playing that distance from these guys so we don't end up getting picked off in easy scenarios like this. Alright, we keep on going forward though. Other than that, you're playing absolutely perfectly though, Rue. I really enjoy it.
Charging.
My main thing for you is just, once again, don't be G'ing ourselves into the enemy when we don't need to. And just be a little bit more mindful of where we're positioning every once in a while. But other than that, love your beam management. I love how much you're going into going aggressive as well with your ball. Looking at our teacup for defense, we have ourselves obviously Cast, so it's our main moving target. Reaper, so we want to try and make sure that we're kind of going in to go and help him. But because we have this Life Weaver now, he can heal from a distance, so and also he can pull people back like the ball. So just kind of be mindful and keep track of your Life Weaver's pull if we do need to go and dive in to go and help someone, if, you know, he's already used his pull, basically. But we'll keep it going.
Attackers incoming.
Very, very nice. Okay. Where are we positioned for the start of it?
I expect much from you. In need of treatment.
Where are we positioned here? Because don't get me wrong, I like how you're positioned, okay? Because I like that you want to try and stay with your cast. Completely fine. But just hug this wall more. If you, because, right, the way that you're standing right now, okay? If we look, we open up this flank angle here. We're slightly opening up this angle, like, in front of us here. In fact, I'll go into the thingy view so I can, like, point it out. We're opening up, like, this angle, you know, like, the flank angle over here. We're opening up this angle over here, and also we're opening up all of these angles as well. We just want to make sure that we're not opening, and also this angle here, okay? We just want to try and make sure that we're closing off as many angles as we can. So if we play close to here, we're closing off that corridor angle because we're, you know, this like big pillar here. We're closing off as much as that of the angle as we can, and we're also completely closing off the flank, okay? The only way they can come and contest or like come and attack us is from that side angle there, which you will know if they're going to be pushing there, because, you know, you will be able to hear footsteps from over like from this side, and the payload won't be being pushed, so you'll know that we're going to be coming up on that side. So if you can, try just kind of play over to here instead. All right, we keep it going though. Can't do it if you're full there. Your life should have been ready to pull in there, so that's not on you at all. We just need to back off here. Yeah. You can't do anything in that scenario. Nice. Make sure that we're doing these GAs to get out, by the way, a little bit sooner. I feel like you're like waiting for them to dive you before we go for this GA. When in reality, especially when you're in a scenario like this and you're waiting that long, you just want to make sure that we're getting out as quick as possible. So don't be kind of waiting on the GAs. If you need to GA away, GA. Like that. I love how you don't panic here, because I see so many Mercies that will just go for the sling here and then realize they're not going to make it. I love how you mentally realize, okay, I'm not going to make this sling, let's just cancel it, wait for the shore to cool down, and then use our Life Weaver to get out. Perfect. Love that from you. Very, very nice. Very, very nice for getting out. We have a JQ now as well, which is great, because I love damage from JQ. Nice. Awesome. Alright, so we got ourselves out. Let's go back in with our team. Okay, I'm gonna say to you, I don't mind you playing kind of out in the open as you have been doing here. My main thing is just when we're doing this, make sure that we're keeping an eye on this this angle, and also obviously we have our Life Weaver here, so we can use him as our escape route, right? So it is fine for you to play kind of here as you have been doing. Just make sure we're keeping an eye on this flank angle, on the just in case, like again, just decides to like dash through it or something, okay? Other than that, like you're playing this really, really well. One of the things, Gabby needs to GQ a little bit more than what you are doing. Derby kind of like just holding the nice damage boost on the axe. Really, really nice. I was just about to say this. You know, we can damage boost a lot of JQ's like key abilities. But say something as well, don't be afraid just to push that damage boost a little bit more on these guys. Especially because JQ is like shoot, shoot, shoot. Like a lot of tanks. Like Sigma as well is like shoot, shoot. Shoot, shoot, okay? So all these opportunities provide us a really good opportunity for us to push damage boost to begin with, and then heal up, push damage boost, heal up, okay? Keep it going though, very nice damage boost on the axe. I like that. When JQ uses shouts, push damage boost more. Okay. I see what you want to do here. It was just performed very badly, okay? Let's quickly go back. So, we're trying to help out everyone main, which is fine. We see the Winston jump, but there's also a torp turret main, right? So instead of you just kind of cancelling the GA because, you know, the torp turret is going to be chunking us down, use this as a sling to get ourselves either back to this health pack all the way over here, or we do it over to here. The reason is because Winston's going to take a few seconds to have his jump back up, so we can peel ourselves back over to here, like this. But once again, we don't want to be GAing into the Winston. We want to try and get our beam onto the Life Weaver, and then getting ourselves, using our Life Weaver, or like someone else, to GA ourselves out into the cover like this, so we're not going to get tanked down by the Winston and also the turret, okay? So just once again, be mindful of your positioning here, and be mindful of, you know, not playing too close to the enemy team, if you get me. But so good. We reset. See how our team ends up performing here. Whoever really did want to do this, I think they're going to struggle. We popped Blade before Nano as well, which is kind of insane. But it's all good. We just reset, go again.
We need to stop them.
Just save it again. Don't be like J'ing ourselves into the Winston if you can help it. Alright. Save again, close off this angle by playing over to here already. Don't be kind of like wander yourself over here like, oh my gosh, you know, make sure we're playing that piece of cover before we even start. Nice damage boost here though. Nice and switch us with the cast. That's fine. We don't need Valk yet. We would probably need Valk for this next Winston dive, but we don't need him right now. The reason is because everyone's pretty safe, and we're backed up as well. We're actually in a really good spot away from this Winston, okay? So nobody really needs our help. Remember, our Reaper's got Wraith to get out. Everyone's pretty healthy because we've just come back from spawn, okay? We don't need to desperately Valk this here. Instead, just play off to the side, play safe, play, you know, just vibe about, damage boosting. If the Winston then dives in next with his Nano, I would look to Valk that. But once again, this Valk is just a tad bit too early, okay? We just want to make sure, because he's going to dive again in a second, right? Oh, we did. Okay. I was expecting him to dive forward a lot more than what he did, but he didn't. He just did like a tiny little, I guess, like little frog hop, like over to here basically instead. I was expecting him to come and dive in like fully, to come and dive into your backline, in which case, yes, we Valk. But we could, if the Winston does that, then we can save our Valk. We could just play off to the side on one of these pillars and sit and damage boost all these guys, okay? He's completely fine. He's just vibing. Alright, so everyone, I just had to take a slight little bit of a break there on the pod, but we are back. We'll talk about this Valk. I like all this push onto the damage boost though, at the end of your Valk. It's really lifeline. I wish that tree was in a better spot, but it's fine. Nice. Yes. Go get this out. Okay. Let's talk about all this, because I enjoyed the end of your Valk. I love this like kind of damage boost you're pushing in and everything. It's very, very nice. Okay. It's just unfortunate that this tree is placed so far forward. I feel like your life we wanted to place the tree on the corner, which would have made it really like perfect, or even like place it like around here, because it provides you guys with such good overhealth. But everyone ends up kind of backing out of it because of the Winston. So I like how you take that initiative and you're going to go and do everyone. Very, very nice. Okay. Sadly, the cat ends up getting anti, so you can't really do too much about that. We go in with the JQ ult. You don't have time to put the damage boost on, which is fine. Love that you GA forward with her to commit with it, especially for the people that are antied. This is the correct decision here, and I love this decision, okay? I love it when people do this, when they GA with the JQ, okay? But get the pistol out, okay? Go get the pistol out. You can see how weak Anna's gonna be and everything. Just get the Glock out. Beep beep beep. You know, go and protect your GQ for a second, because you standing here with the blue beam for 3 seconds waiting for the JQ to what's it called, to get back up is gonna do nothing. You can't really do anything, and we want to try and get rid of these supports as quick as possible so we can get back to go and help the rest of our team. Okay, so get the Glock out. I feel like that's the first time I've ever said to someone in a VOD to get the pistol out, because the majority of the time I'm always telling people like, don't get the pistol out, like, come on, put it away. I feel like this is the one time where I'm telling someone, get the pistol out, do it, go in, boo, 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 boo. Get the honor. Oh, you're probably not gonna get the character here, let's be honest. We can get the honor. All right, we can see when you end up doing after this though, because I kind of like stopped it. Nice. Nice G away here. Very, very nice. That is absolutely fine if you die there. You did your job. You sat, you damage boosted the Reaper, you helped all these guys. I don't think there's physically anything else you could have done here to get yourself back up, because unfortunately with the LOS that you had of the GH, you can't really do anything. So you just played that really, really well. Honestly. Really, really, really great. Love how much you did there for your team. I'll just quickly skip it forward a bit. Just wait for us to come back, basically. And we can go from there. But you played all that perfectly. And that's fine. Nice. Okay, so you're coming back to your team now. Same thing again. Watch where we're going here. Yes, we want to try and rush in to get our JQ. But our JQ hasn't gone in to go push in yet. So just get yourself over to this kind of side over here. Just to kind of allow yourself that piece of cover. But it's all good. Same thing again, because I feel like you could have G'd in here, okay? Don't be afraid to G in to help your Reaper and G off to the side like this and help pocket him over here. Because you're already kind of on this weird angle and on this side anyways, don't be afraid just to kind of G yourself in and go in. The reason as well is because you have this Kiriko now who's going to TP back in to go and help all these guys. So it's kind of not so much your job, but you know, you're like the best person to go and help this Reaper right now. So don't be afraid to G in and like come around here basically to try and help. Alright, keep it going though. Same thing again, make our G is a little bit more directed to get ourselves out of the cover. Nice. Very, very nice. My only thing for the entire thing is just make your G a little bit more direct to where you want to go. That's all good. Reset, go again. I'm going to be looking at this team fight for another Genji blade because he's not used it since very early on the first point. So I'll be looking for that again while you're doing this. Obviously you have your JQ up again, so I be looking to damage boost that again if you can. Light suppression though, obviously we back off for a second. Very, very nice. All that is fine. Can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Your Kiri's not there to help assist. So you end up kind of obviously, helping your JQ out a little bit more, which is fine. Nice ping on the honor as well, just to kind of let people know, like, hey, honor's here. At this point, I'd be telling my team to group up, which I'm hoping you are doing. Instead of just walking up the stairs like this, by the way, turn around and just do a straight G to your GQ, by the way. The reason that I want you to do that is because I don't want you to then suddenly panic because the Genji just decided to blade for whatever reason, and then you're kind of like stuck in this kind of no man's land because you're so close to your team and you can't really G anywhere, okay? Make sure that we're creating that distance early on by G'ing ourselves to the JQ, being proactive once again, and just kind of do a straight GA back to your JQ here. But it's all good. Keep it going. Make sure once again we're G'ing ourselves back out a little bit sooner, especially because they've nanoed the Genji, so we can expect a blade at this point. So make sure that once again we're G'ing ourselves back off quickly and early on again. Alright, keep it going. This is a good bout. Make sure we're going through with that JQ. We know the JQ's not her ult, so make sure that we're kind of prepared for that. It's not like last time where it was kind of like strong upon us. We know the JQ's going to ult this time, so make sure that we're ready for it. Such a good turbo, man. Fine res, I like the res. Got him for the Reaper because he decided just to int in, basically. Let me keep guys, feel free to Kiri, just once again, be really, really mindful of your positioning here, okay? Play more to this pillar if you can, because then it kind of closes out this angle. It means that we have to kind of go in to go and help our JQ like this and come out. Always kind of like just vibing about here is just, it's not very, very good positioning from us, is it not, okay? So make sure that we're kind of playing off to this side bit here. Okay, hi everyone. I'm just gonna quickly just rewind it ever so slightly. The reason for this is because I just got myself a bacon sandwich delivered to me, which is very, very nice. So I kind of like lost my train of thought, but I'll put back into this. So oh yeah, so let's talk about your positioning here, making sure that we're kind of playing off to the side, kind of like where our Kiriko is, just so we're not kind of vibing out in this kind of like open bit as we have been doing. All right. Nice, obviously, you know, wanted to try and help our JQ push our damage boost here. Nice. We have to have to ourselves out here, which is fine. Nice. Heal throughout the deflects, which is exactly what we do.
Someone needs a savior.
Very, very nice.
Do your work.
Nice kill on your Reaper.
My duty is being done.
Hard to do cast there, because obviously you need to kind of like help your crowd as much as possible. It is kind of overextended a bit. Nice res. I like how you stand there for a second, assess the situation and whether we can go for the res, and we do end up going for it, which is very, very nice. Love that for you. Very, very nice. Okay, put up to the last team fight. I'd expect a lot of ults from them because they've not used any for quite a while. So be looking out for like a grab blade with a nano or something. If you do end up touch him. Do they even touch him? Nice foul. Okay. Sorry, we're watching this. This has to be put in a montage. If you ever make a Mercy montage, put this in it. This is absolutely beautiful. We're watching it again. Obviously, it won't cancel the kit soon, but she's gone. Beautiful. Sorry, that was very satisfying. We keep on going though. Nice res. Nice. Push damage boost here. Like, you've already got rid of so many people, don't be trying to push damage boost on the entire thing. Very, very satisfying melee kill though. Okay, Rue, I love your B management already to start it off with, okay? And I love how aggressive you get as well. I feel like you play a very similar playstyle to me, where like you want to try and damage boost everything and you want to try and push up and, you know, be with whoever's doing the damage, which I love. I love that from you. You do that so well. And I love it. It's really, really great, okay? Your Valks as well. Apart from, like, a little bit of timing issues, your Valks are really, really great as well. Apart from the one on our last push, which I'll talk about in a second. That's mainly to do with something else, okay? But other than that, your Valks are absolutely perfect. I love your beam management as well in the Valks. Really, really great. Reses are good as well, apart from that one iffy one, which we talked about. Other than that, Reses were really, really great as well. Really enjoyed all of them. Main things I need to work on, Rue, first of all, is I love as well, I will say as well, you said at the beginning that I feel like your move is a lot more fluid. It is. Definitely is. However, I want you to slightly now adapt that, okay? Where it's like you have that really nice fluid movement now, but make sure we're doing it with kind of something in mind, like where we need to go in mind, okay? Because there's a few times where we kind of like just GA and we're like, I don't really know where I need to go here, and then you end up in like a weird kind of scenario basically. And also there's been a few times where we kind of like just use that GA to GA ourselves into the enemy, which I think is your main biggest issue right now. When you're playing against these short ranged heroes, make sure that we're playing at a safe distance away from them and we just don't casually just GA into them, okay? Yes, there was a few times where obviously, you know, we know they're gonna die because it's like near the end of a team fight. But don't be kind of like, oh, they're going to be so weak, and just kind of G yourself in, okay? Make sure we're keeping that distance. This really comes into effect when you had that Valk and we didn't need to be on the point, okay? Keep your distance away from people as much as, like, you physically can, basically, alright? But I love that. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest, because I don't really have any more issues. Oh, get the Glock out. That was my other thing. But I respected how aggressive you got towards the end of the last team fight with like the melee kill. Sorry, I was trying to think about it in my head, like how to word it. But other than that though, Root, it's mainly just making sure when you have those short range heroes to play your distance and make sure that we're kind of like adjusting our positioning ever so slightly, because you have a really good general idea of where you should position. It's just making that slightly stricter than what you are doing. But without the route, obviously, please do let me know as well if you have no issues. But thank you so much to everyone on YouTube that's been watching this. If you guys want your own VOD review, I talk about it at the beginning. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I shall see you all later. Bye!